so much on the plate for this administration going forward. The president and CEO for the Job Creators Network, Alfredo Ortiz, is here with us in studio. Alfredo, thank you for joining us.
Blake, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So I know you deal with the small. Let's start with the shutdown, just since we just left there with Hillary.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for the D.C., Virginia, Maryland area. If this goes on and on and on, what happens there?
Well, I think you said it best right there. It's a big deal for the D.C., Virginia, Maryland area, right? But outside of that, we just got a survey back that said most Americans really don't, quite frankly, care about the shutdown right now. In fact, probably many would say, hey, when the government's shut down, it's actually probably a good thing, right? Because things actually get done. But really, our small business owners overall, they continue to invest in their businesses. Optimism is still sky high with our small business owners. Revenues are good, cash flows are good, which again is a great sign for investment for our small business owners in their businesses.
The NFIB, though, last month kind of brought back small business sentiment just a touch. It did dial back, so there are clearly some concerns, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of softness, but overall they still see great strength. I mean, their bigger concern, frankly, is the labor market. There's such a, there really isn't a lot of labor out there. There's 7 million unfilled jobs out there. So the folks, in terms of consumer sentiment, they're feeling great about it because there's job availability. Wage increases are some of the best that we've seen in years, over 3% on wage increases. And actually, the best part about that is those non-supervisory, kind of what they call the blue-collar wage increases, are actually going higher than the white-collar supervisory wage increases. So that's a good thing for the everyday worker.
You know, I think one item that doesn't really get talked about nearly enough is there's the new tax bill that went into law. And Americans, small business owners all over the country, are going to be figuring out if this thing was a good or a bad thing for them.
Yeah.
What are you hearing? Because there could be a surprise either to the upside or to the downside for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's right. I think we actually saw some holdback actually from small business owners because there wasn't as much clarity until recently from the Treasury about their investments and how they can actually invest back into their businesses. And so I think now that some of that clarity is actually taking place from the Treasury, we're going to start seeing small business owners continue to invest.
So probably not a big investment then from 2018, because if you're just seeking clarity, that means you didn't do anything in April or June or September.
Yeah, and so I actually think we're going to have some inputs or some investments that are actually going to be happening in the first quarter of 2019. And remember, folks are actually going to start seeing some of these, at the tax filing season, the everyday consumer is going to start seeing some of these returns come, and they're actually going to start seeing the benefit of that tax cut.
Alfredo Ortiz, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Blake.
I guess we'll see what happens here in 2019 with all of it. A lot of people are going to be filing out the returns.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Thanks.